weekend like this? Do you want the guys just to be level and treat it like any other one, or do they need to realize that it's Miami and it's different?
You'd hope that they'd stay, even keeled, but it's hard to make that happen because it is. It's Miami, Florida State. It's as good a rivalry as there is in the country, and I enjoyed the heck out of playing in it and coaching in it, and I want our guys to enjoy the moment as well.
What makes this rivalry special? You played in it, you coach in it, and now finally you get it at Hauser.
Yeah, it's been a while, and it goes back to, if you ask my teammates in the '90s and Florida State and Miami in baseball and football, that was it. Florida was not doing a whole lot at that point. So if you ask anybody that came through, which is a bigger one, this one's personal. Miami's more so than Florida because again, they weren't really a factor back in those days. So it's going to get heated at some point. It always does, and we just got to keep our wits about us and play good baseball.
You don't see this in college baseball often, but Alex Terrell getting to go up against his old team, and it's also a rivalry. Just how unique of an opportunity is this?
It's going to make for a long conversation that he and I are going to have after practice because he's got to, playing first base in this dugout. I'm sure things are going to come out of the dugout directed towards him. And, he's got to keep his cool. He's got to stay focused. He's got to be able to think. We're playing a thinking man's game. You got to be able to think.
You have a roster that for the most part has never had these guys in this ballpark. Just what have you told them about what the atmosphere is at Hauser when the Canes come to town?
Yeah, I haven't discussed it yet. We'll have a meeting after practice, and I'll go through a bunch of things. And I want to make sure that we're from signs to behavior to a lot of different things. And I'm not exactly sure what I'm gonna say as of right now. But the main thing is the focus has got to be laser.
Obviously, it's a great Miami team coming in here, but what stands out to you about this team in particular?
Just how many guys they use. They use 14, 15 hitters. They can you go and play matchup, and then they can bring somebody off the bench. And it's a very deep team. Like everybody, they're an older group, and they can beat you in different ways.
I mean, where you guys are at right now in May, how close are you guys to what you thought you would be in March, and how much have you kind of maybe learned here in the last few weeks that's thrown it upside down in terms of what you thought this team could be and will be?
Well, I still think we're not a finished product yet. When you think about the mistakes that we've made in the situations in which we've failed, we still feel like we can get to that point. And they believe in each other, we believe in them, and it's a situation where you just got to keep going. If you look around college baseball, it is so bizarre this year, more so than any year. The ebb and flows of the season. You just got to stay the course and play your best baseball at the right time.
When you're game planning from Palmquist and that kind of the arm slot he comes from, how unique is that preparation for him?
Yeah, it's hard because there's not a lot of vertical to it. It's all horizontal, but he's got a ton of run to it. So we've got a machine in the cage that we use, and we can make it simulate what they're going to be seeing. But he's going to come right at you, pumping fastballs, and you got to make the teams that have done well against him have stayed in the zone. The ones that haven't, he's worn them out. Because again, they see that thing middle and they think it's going to be around the corner, and it ends up in the batter's box, and they're swinging at it. So it's going to be a decision-making weekend for both teams.
With Alex, I think he only has 1 K in the last 6 games. Just what's been the difference for him the last 2 weeks?
Yeah, he's seen it good. He's gaining some confidence. The ball he hit the other night into the wind, that ball's way gone on a normal Hauser day, and he knows that. He's mature enough to know that, and just again letting that thing get back. He busted the shift a couple of times. He didn't hit him great, but again directionally correct is important to him. Back in the day, to get that further out in front and either miss it or roll over it.
How are you guys going to try to manage Ross, I guess, here in the next few days or weeks? Where's he at? You guys thinking is figuring things out?
Yeah, we're in a situation where we're kind of back to where we were. We're not going running back out until we're right in a couple of different things that Jimmy wants to see before we're running back out.
Did you guys feel good, or were you guys in a tough pinch and you kind of had to maybe put him back out there sooner than you guys wanted to? Or did you feel that he had cleaned things up?
We felt like it was ready, and again, sometimes it's mental, sometimes it's physical mechanics, and you know, he's got a little bit of it both going right now. So we're going to make sure he's right before we get him back out there.
Davis Hare put in some tough situations on Tuesday, but he fared extremely well. What do you like most about his approach when he's in those tough spots?
Just, he's so competitive, and you know, things don't really rattle him, and you know, he's a tough at bat for hitters. You know, he can beat you with a sinker, a slider, and basically an unhittable split finger. And when he gets hit, it's the fastball, and that's what we're trying to figure out: is he tipping, or is it you know, strictly locations? And, you know, I got a feeling he's tipping it, so we're not quite. We're thinking we're seeing some stuff the way he moves his hand, but I want to get a few more shots of it.
And then how would you describe Wyatt's development, especially here lately?
He's a guy that you can do anything you want with him. You know, you can long relief with him, short relief, and starting. You know, whenever he's ready to go, he's going to be out there. I told y'all at the beginning. I told him. I said he's going to be really tired at the end of the season.
Logan, just how's his shoulder doing?
It's better. We got a chance to. He threw yesterday. I want to see how he feels today, and you know, if he can go, he'll be out there.
And hopefully you guys get to host, but if not, there's a real chance this is Parker Messick's final game at Hauser. What has he just meant to the Seminole program and here in this building?
Yeah, he's, again, as special a guy that's ever walked through those doors. The genuine love for teammates, love of life. He's extremely optimistic, positive guy, upbeat, always, you know, caring about his teammates, and not to mention he's pretty good on the mound. You know, he just says the right things at the right time. He's just an absolute joy to have coached.
Piggybacking off of that, if you guys do want to play more weekends at Hauser, this series is obviously huge. Just does the clubhouse kind of get the urgency of the moment?
Yeah, they do. They're very intelligent. You know, sometimes it's selective whether they want to be intelligent or not, but they know this is, you know, a series we got to go out and get. And same thing holds true with the one at Carolina. So every game's a big game. Everybody's jockeying for position, and they know what's at stake.
Last Saturday worked out well with you guys with Carson and Wyatt. Is it tempting at all to have Wyatt maybe start and bring Carson out of the bullpen, or are you guys committed to Carson being a starting pitcher?
Yeah, it'd be the other way. Right now, that doesn't mean that things couldn't change. We're going back to Hub on Saturday, and Monty will go on Sunday.
Jackson had some great plays at third. Where do you think he is best positionally for this team?
Wherever the ball's going to be hit. You know, he can play short, he can play second, third, first. I mean, he can literally play any of them. I haven't tried him in the outfield, but I want his glove. I want his spikes in the dirt.
You said you're moving Hub back to Saturday. Just what did he clean up and figure out in that start?
It was all between his ears. You know, he's overcooking things and you know, not being himself. It's just a matter of going out and, you know, being, you know, posing your will, so to speak. Just got real timid for some reason, and trying to hit corners and let's go. Let that thing, cut it loose. No pacing, no nothing. You know, his velocity was down a notch. It was back up last Sunday, but you know, it was just kind of a weird little rut he hit.
The way he was walking around the mound on Sunday, it just seemed like completely his swagger, his confidence was back. Just how much of that do you think helped him out as
It
well?
definitely helps, you know, whether you realize it or not. It's in your subliminal, how good you think you are. And, you know, that's the way he is. Boom, get it, let's go. And then back when he was scuffling, he'd take for forever. His tempo was bad and, you know, overcooking things while he was taking us too much time. So it's a little combination of both of them.
Let's go 2 more for Coach.
You talk about putting your head down and just focusing and moving forward in a long baseball season. What's Reese? Has Reese kind of lived that out for you this season in terms of his improvement as we've gone on this year?
Yeah, he's been an absolute, you know, blessing for us. The fact that he's you know, having success is awesome. You know, it's awesome for us, but he's just had a kind of renewed look on life. You know, and he's playing relaxed. He's not stressed out about this, that, the other, and you know, you know, shown in his play. And you know, he's been awesome.